Hey everyone, I'm Natalie. I teach the 5 o'clock Express Flow class at Earth Treks Crystal City on Thursdays typically. Tonight's class will be a 60-minute all levels flow. So we'll go ahead and get started in just a moment. I will demo without any props, mainly just talking you through the different poses. If you have blocks or a strap at home, you're welcome to use them as well. All right, nice to be with everyone tonight. So just starting to settle in. So I typically give a few variations for starting practice. You're welcome to lie completely flat on your mat, or for today, you're welcome to start in a reclined butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet to touch. Maybe you goalpost the arms, getting a nice stretch, a nice opening through the front side body. You're also welcome to bring the soles of your feet as wide as your mat with your knees touching in the middle. Lying in goalpost, this helps to stretch the outer hips a bit more. And so really just choosing whatever variation works best for you tonight. I'm just taking the next few minutes to check in, noticing how your body's feeling, noticing if there's any areas of tightness. And instead of circumventing those areas, really trying to work into them over the course of tonight's class. And just noticing if you're using any muscular tension to hold the knees up in space. And if you are, really try to relax the knees open. The feet might splay open, like you're reading a book. And if you started lying down with your arms in goalpost, just noticing if your elbows, your wrists, the back of your hands are touching the mat. And starting to send your attention and your focus to your breath. And taking nice long inhales and equally as long exhales. And just feeling the breath move up and down the spine. For the next 3 rounds of breath, we'll take a 4-count inhale, pausing at the top, and an open mouth exhale, really letting it go. So it's inhale, 2, 3, 4, seal the breath, and exhale, let it go. So this really means on the inhale, the belly is pressing up to the ceiling. You feel the rib cage expand side to side, chest lifts up, holding the breath in your chest, and then exhale, let it go. Taking one more full round of breath just like that. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, sealing the breath, and exhale, let it go. If you are using any props behind your back, just gently release them, bringing your arms down by your side, drawing your knees together. Hug your knees into your chest, giving yourself a tight squeeze. And just take a couple rounds of sacrum circles in each direction to really release the lower back. So going clockwise and counterclockwise. And then gently coming back through to center, hugging the knees tightly into your chest. Take a few rocks up and down the entire length of your spine. We'll come to meet in a comfortable seated posture at the top of your mat. On the inhale, shrugging the shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale, release down the back. 2 more just like that. Inhale, and exhale. 1 more inhale, and exhale. With the palms on the knees, drawing the chest forward, really rooting the sits bones down into the mat. Imagine there's a string at the top of your head, drawing your head towards the ceiling, really feeling the spine elongate. Maybe you close your eyes, just settling in to pause for a moment. I've been starting my classes a little bit differently these days, and so I invite you to do the same here. In this moment of stillness, Just asking yourself, how do I feel right now? And noticing what adjectives may come up. And if these words are joyful or happy, just stay there feeling that energy. Otherwise, ask yourself this second question. What can I do for myself today? And notice what thoughts come into your mind. And we'll just seal this with a full inhale and exhale. Gently fluttering the eyes open if they've closed. Walk your hands forward, sending your sits bones back. Deep stretch through the lower back. Really press into the palms of your hands here. Let your chest drop through your shoulders. And then as you're ready, gently rolling over your ankles, finding yourself in table. Tabletop, make sure the knees are stacked directly under the hips, wrists are directly under your shoulders. Neutral spine, core is active and engaged here, setting up for 5 rounds of cow-cat. So on your inhale, your chest drops, gaze lifts. And on your exhale, chin tucks into the chest, really doming your back. So the breath leads this movement. Inhale, coming into cow, broadening through the collarbone, and exhale to cat. Going for range of motion, not speed. Inhale, cow, chest forward, and then exhale, doming the back for cat. Taking these next 2 rounds on your own breath count, full inhales and exhales. And after your 5th round, taking your time, coming back to your neutral spine, bringing your big toes to touch, knees mat to width distance, finding yourself in wide-legged child's pose. Sending your hips back to your heels. Option to stay right there, or to take the praying mantis variation, bringing the palms of your hands to touch, bending the elbows, hands come behind your head. Really getting a deep stretch through the triceps in that variation. Take another full inhale and exhale. As you're ready, tuck all 10 toes under, sending your hips up and back, finding yourself in downward facing dog. Just taking a few rounds of breath in your down dog to settle in. Maybe lift your heels to the ceiling. Maybe pedal your feet out. You can take hip circles. Really just taking what your body needs. You keep drawing your chest back towards your thighs, hips to the ceiling. Allowing yourself to find stillness in your downward facing dog. And then on the next inhale, sending your gaze forward. On the exhale, taking small steps with your feet, walking your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. So you can come up onto the tiptoes here. You can turn up onto the fingertips to give your hamstrings space. And then once your toes meet your hands at the top of the mat, inhale, halfway lift, shifting the weight into the toes. So I could slide paper under the heels. There's barely any weight on the heels there. Right, so halfway lift, straight spine. And then exhale, ragdoll, reaching for opposite elbows. Keep shifting the weight forward. If you'd rather work into the lower back, take a nice bend in the knees. It helps to open up the lower back. Just take a full inhale and exhale. Releasing the bind with your elbows, take a deep bend in your knees. Chin tucks into the chest, doming your back. Slowly, slowly roll up. Finding yourself standing in Tadasana at the top of the mat. Mountain pose. So you're rooting to the big toe mounds, baby toes. Feeling the arches engage here. Lifting the kneecaps to turn the quads on. Your inner thighs and your core are hugging in and then kind of lifting up. Inhale, shoulders to the ears. And then exhale, release them down. The back palms are open. You're welcome to close your eyes or lower your gaze for the next 3 rounds of breath if you'd like. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more just like that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms rise. And then exhale, hands pause at heart center. I'm just taking this moment to set your intention for practice and something to return to throughout class. Maybe something to take off the mat and into the week with you. Gently opening the eyes if they've closed, bringing your arms down by your side. On your inhale, arms rise, gaze lifts. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant your palms. On your inhale, step back with your right foot. And then exhale, rise up, high lunge. So your hips are squared forward, fingertips are reaching towards the ceiling. Take a deep bend in that right knee. Send the right hip flexor forward, and then straighten the right leg back out. Just feeling that glute engage. And take another inhale. Exhale, hands frame your left foot. On your inhale, send the left leg up and back. Exhale, bend the left knee and open up the left hip, flexing your foot. And you're welcome to stay static or take a few hip circles. If you're taking the hip circles, releasing the knee down, up and around, down, up and around, and down, up and around. Gently placing the left foot next to the right, finding yourself in downward facing dog. From down dog, take an inhale, exhale, roll forward into plank, flex your heels to the back of the room, dome the upper back. Think cat pose in the upper back here. Shoulders are just forward of the wrists. Engage that core. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really nice. Option to lower the knees first or straight as a board, lower all the way down. Setting up for 3 rounds of baby cobra. So your hands are directly under just by your shoulders. Zip the legs together, big toes touch. On your inhale, keep the palms on the mat. For the first 2, inhale, chest and gaze lift. Squeeze the inner thighs together, chest forward. Exhale, lower down. Zipping everything together. Inhale, lift up, chest forward. Exhale, gently lower. This time, maybe you lift your hands and you lift your legs, your feet. Inhale, rise. Engage the glutes, chest forward. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down. A couple of options. You can come back through wide-legged child's pose to down dog or hands directly under the shoulders, press up to plank. And then coming into your downward facing dog. On your inhale, this time the right leg lifts behind your back. Hug the right knee into your chest, point your right toes, and take these pendulum swings. So you're opening and closing through the right hip. And then hug the right knee back into your chest. Plant the right foot between your hands, pressing into the palm of your left hand, right arm peels open for your twist. Lifting up and out of that left shoulder. Take another inhale. Exhale, hands frame your right foot. Inhale, left foot meets the right, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Straight leg, straight spine. Inhale, arms rise, gaze lifts. And exhale, hands come to the heart. Picking it right back up. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. This time on the inhale, step back with your left foot. Rise up to your high lunge. A little bit different this time. Goal post the arms. Really let the chest go forward. Take a deep bend in that left knee. Send the left hip flexor forward. And then straighten the left leg back out. Draw the elbows down by your sides. And then reach your arms behind the back. It's like you're pressing your palms together without them touching. Chest is leading. See if you can lift your pinky fingers a little bit more towards the ceiling as you inhale Exhale, gently release the hands to frame your right foot. Inhale, right leg lifts up to three-legged dog, and then bend the right knee and open up the right hip, flexing the foot, either staying static or taking a few rounds of your hip circles. Going for range of motion here too, so releasing the knee down, up and around, down, up and around, and down, up and around. Gently placing the right foot back to left, meeting in downward facing dog. From down dog, take an inhale, exhale, roll forward to your plank pose. So option to stay right here in plank, or you can lower to your forearms for forearm plank. Hips are in line with the shoulders. If you'd like an extra challenge, walk your toes back 1 inch. Glutes are engaged, quads are engaged, holding for 5, 4, dome the upper back, gaze slightly forward, 3, 2, and 1. From here, gently lower to your knees, untuck the toes, lower your hips, and you're in Sphinx. So from Sphinx pose, you're tracking your elbows back towards your heels, chest is coming forward. Option to stay here, or turn your palms slightly out, pressing up into seal pose. And take another inhale and exhale, coming back onto the forearms. Hands come under the shoulders, tuck all 10 toes under, and just like last time, option to come into wide-legged child's pose or press right up to plank and then downward facing dog. And this time, on your inhale, that left leg lifts. Hug the left knee into the chest and take the pendulum swings on the second side. So you're opening and closing through that left hip. And you'll come back through center, hugging the left knee into your chest, placing the left foot between your hands, pressing to the palm of your right hand, left arm peels open for your twist. Really lifting up and out of that right shoulder. Take another inhale. Exhale, hands frame your left foot. Inhale, right foot meets the left. Exhale, forward fold. This time, option for peace fingers, first 2 fingers to catch your big toes. If you have that bind, maybe let your elbows splay out. Keep shifting the weight forward, head and neck relax down. Make this really active here, so we're really picking up on the big toes. Take another full inhale and exhale. Releasing any bind that you have, reverse swan dive to rise up. Inhale, arms rise, gaze lifts, and exhale, hands come to the heart. Coming into chair pose, you can start with your feet parallel or pizza slice with big toes touching, sending your hips back, tucking the lower back under. See if you can sink a little bit lower. Pinky fingers are facing the floor, thumbs face the ceiling. And take another inhale and exhale. Shifting the weight into your left foot. On the inhale, hug the right knee in as you lift up. And then exhale, stepping back, high lunge. And settling into your high lunge. On the next inhale, lifting up and out of your left hip. And exhale, coming into your warrior 2. So warrior 2 foot pattern, the left foot or the left heel intersects the arch of the right foot. And you're trying not to lean forward, right? You're trying to sink down, opening up through that left hip. The left knee is stacking over the left pinky toe. So you're really opening up through the hip. Arms are equal in height, right? You're not dropping. Gaze over that left middle finger. Side angle, left forearm, left thigh, right arm reaches up and overhead, getting a nice clean line on the right side. Gaze follows. And take an inhale. Exhale, reverse your warrior. You can either send the right arm down the right leg, or maybe you catch your left thigh. And take another inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, send your left hip back, preparing for Trikonasana triangle. Exhale, you're reaching that left arm forward and then coming into the pose. And so really trying to create length on that left side body. If you have a block at home, or if you're using a book or any other prop, you can always plant the left hand on the block here, or the back of the hand on the calf. It helps to open up through the right side a bit more. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. Deep bend in that left knee, hands cartwheel down inside the left foot, coming onto the ball of the right foot, and gently lower the right knee, untuck right toes for lizard lunge. So we'll move into a different variation here, but right away really working to open the right hip flexor. See if you can keep your left knee kind of attached to your left tricep here. And you're welcome to stay right here. You can bring your hands onto a blocks. You can also lower onto your forearms, right? But really trying to keep the integrity of the pose and of your alignment here. Let's take another inhale and exhale. So without changing much, just turn your left toes to face about 11 o'clock. Make sure the toes are angled out. Yeah, so you really want a nice angle here. And then roll over the outer edge of your left foot. So you're letting the knee and the hip splay open. Option to stay right here, or you can press into the palm of your right hand, cartwheel that left arm up and over, and maybe you catch your right foot. Really holding here, picking a variation that lets you work into it for a few rounds of breath. You can also lower to that right forearm. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Gently releasing the foot if you have the bind, cartwheeling that left arm back up and over. Both hands are inside the left foot. Heel toe that left foot back to parallel. Right toes tuck under, right knee lifts, doming the back. See if you can engage your core so much that you can lift that left foot off the mat to hover, and then step the left foot back to meet the right, moving through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. And taking your time to get there. As is always the case with my classes, you can take any of the other prone back bends, baby cobra, sphinx, locust, bound locust, right? If you don't feel like doing full chaturanga up dog, down dog. You can also always go right to child's pose to down dog. And so meeting in downward facing dog, taking a full inhale and exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, stepping or floating your feet into your forward fold. Option to take any of the forward folds we've already done, or if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, Hastasana. You're placing the palms of your hands under the soles of your feet, and so your toes are right in line with your wrists, and you're really shifting that weight forward again. Taking another full inhale and exhale. Gently releasing the hands from under your feet. Take a deep bend in your knees so that your chest is almost resting on your thighs. Chin to chest, doming your back. And slowly rolling up. And finding yourself standing in Tadasana, the top of the mat. All right, setting up for the second side, coming right into chair pose. So feet are parallel or big toes are touching pizza slice. Really send your hips back, tucking the lower back under. Really active arms. The pinky fingers are down, thumbs up. Send those hips back. Maybe you sink a little bit lower. And take another inhale and exhale. Maybe you test your balance by lifting all 10 toes off the mat and chair, right? So the weight's really in the heels here. Shifting the weight into the right foot this time, and as you inhale, lift that left foot up. Use the hip flexor to hug the knee in, and then take your big step back, finding yourself in high lunge. Settling into your high lunge. On the next inhale, you're lifting up and out of the right hip and opening up into your warrior two. Sinking deeply. And take another inhale and exhale. Side angle, right forearm to right thigh. Left arm lifts up and over, trying to work a really straight line here. Gaze towards your left wrist. Really actively kind of press your right forearm on the right thigh to help open up through the right side body. And keep that deep bend in the right knee. And take an inhale, exhale, reverse the warrior. Right arm up and over. You can either have the left arm in front, maybe you reach behind to catch your right thigh. Really trying to create space through the intercostal muscles. Take another inhale and exhale, warrior two. Inhale, shifting that right hip back, reaching forward first as you inhale, and then exhale, finding yourself in triangle. And so the gaze is lifted to the left thumb. Again, you're using the back of that right hand on the right calf to help you open more through the left side body. And take another inhale and exhale. Deep bend in that right knee, coming into lizard lunge. Hands come inside your right foot. Come onto the ball of the left foot and gently lower just in front of the left knee, untuck left toes. So just noticing without judging, right? If this side feels different than the first, it likely will in some way. So option to stay here with both hands on the mat. You can bring both hands on the block or a book. You can also lower to those forearms. But you're really trying to hug that right knee into your right tricep. I'm just settling in here. Taking one more inhale and exhale. And from here, you're heel toeing the right foot as wide as the mat. Right toes point out to about 1 o'clock, and then roll over the outer edge of the right foot. And so this might be where you stay. This is already a lot of work. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, this time you're cartwheeling the right arm up and overhead, bending the left knee, catching the left foot. You can lower to the left forearm. Maybe you spin your hands to the top of the toes, bending the elbow. Take another full inhale. Lift up and out of that left shoulder. And exhale. Gently releasing the left foot if it lifted. Right arm cartwheels back up and over inside the right foot. Heel toe that right foot back to parallel. Left toes tuck under, left knee lifts, dome the back. Again, maybe you're engaging the core so much that you can lift that right foot to hover for 3, 2, and 1. Step the right foot back to meet your left, making your way through your vinyasa. Just choosing the variation that's right for you. Maybe you go through chaturanga, up dog, down dog. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog. And just noticing if inhales and exhales are equal in length. And if they aren't, just taking an extra couple rounds of breath here to reset. On your next inhale, sending your gaze forward. Exhale, stepping or floating your feet to meet your hands, coming into your forward fold. Different variation this time. From here, interlace your hands behind your back so your thumb knuckles are pressing into the sacrum, palms together. Press your fist towards the ceiling. See if you can keep those palms together. And then maybe you start reaching your arms up and overhead. Keep shifting the weight forward. And so the shoulders are an extension here. The shoulders don't work there a lot throughout the day, so you may just find that you feel a little extra tight here. Maybe this feels really good. Take another full inhale and exhale, keeping the hands interlaced, palms touching. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Press your fist to the back of the room. And again, lifting with straight legs and a straight spine. Coming all the way up. Press your fist towards your heels, away from your seat. Maybe you get a gentle back bend. Take another full inhale and exhale. Gently releasing the hands, finding yourself in Tadasana. All right, so we're coming into tree pose. We're going to take a long route to get there. If you do tree a lot and would like an extra balance or extra work balancing here, you're welcome to stand on a block with the left foot or any other prop that you have that you're using in place of a block. I'll demo without, just another option. All right, so we'll all shift our weight to the left foot and then hug your right knee in. Then really using the strength of your hip flexor to draw the knee in even more. We're going to do this 3 times. On your inhale, open the right knee, really opening the hip to the right. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, open. Feeling the glute, the abductors working. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, we'll hold. Maybe you lift the knee a little bit higher. And then gently place your right foot inside your thigh or your calf, or your right toes can stay on the mat for tree. Really pressing to the left big toe, engage the left glute to help with balance. Option to have the hands in prayer, or maybe you hook the left thumb on top of the right, reaching your arms up and overhead. Really drawing your fingertips towards the ceiling. An added challenge is to try closing your eyes here. Taking another inhale and exhale. Bringing your hands back to heart center. Try not to drop the right knee, hug the knee into your chest. Take an inhale, exhale, stepping back into your high lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, opening up into your warrior 2. Getting a really firm foundation in that left thigh, coming into half moon pose. So really using the strength of your obliques and your left quad here as your break. You're reaching forward, rooting to that left thigh, lifting that right leg, and then gently floating forward. Maybe the left fingertips touch the mat. Maybe they hover off the mat. Really opening up through that right hip. Flex that right foot, trying to stack the hips. And if you kind of fall or tumble, just take a moment and then come right back in. Let's take another inhale and exhale. And as gracefully as you came into the pose, take a deep bend in the left knee and come right back into your warrior 2. And take an inhale, exhale, hands cartwheel down inside your left foot. Come onto the ball of your right foot, and then step your right foot outside your right hand, finding yourself in yogi squat. And so using the abductors to help open up the hips here, lifting the chest off of the thighs. Option to stay here. Okay. Or maybe you plant your hands working into crow. If you know it, go there. Otherwise, you're lifting the hips, heel toe the feet directly behind your wrists. Deep bend in the elbows. You're hugging your knees high up on the triceps, doming the back. Maybe you play with lifting one foot, maybe the next. And then really hug your heels in towards your seat. And again, taking a couple tries here. Try to bend the elbows directly back without letting the elbows or the knees splay out. And then as you're ready, if you have it in your practice, you're welcome to do a jump back through chaturanga to down dog. Or from here, gently placing the feet back on the mat, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting your palms and moving through your vinyasa. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, stepping or floating your feet to meet your hands, coming into forward fold. This time, take a deep bend in the knees. Chin tucks into the chest. Dome your back and slowly, slowly roll up. Coming almost all the way to the top, but once you get to the top, keeping your chin tucked into your chest. And from here, you'll interlace your hands at the base of the head. Make sure it's your head and not your neck here. Chin is tucking in, drawing the elbows towards each other. You'll feel a nice stretch up and down the spine. And the closer the elbows are to each other, the more intense the sensation will be here. And then gently lifting the chin off your chest, elbows open. Let your head press back into your hands. And take another full inhale and exhale. Gently release your hands down by your side. Setting up for the second side. So we're coming back into the longer variation of tree pose. So this time the right foot stays grounded. Hands can come onto the hips, yeah, and as you're ready, you're lifting your left knee. So notice the difference here. I'm not really engaging my hip flexor. When I use my hip flexor, I can really hug my knee even more into my chest. You'll feel it working. And as you're ready on your inhale, opening the left leg. And exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, open. Exhale to center. And this time we'll hold. So inhale, opening, feeling the abductors engage, the glutes. And then you're gently placing the left foot inside your right thigh, right calf, or the left toes can even stay on the mat. It's a great option. Right, so maybe you stay here with your hands at heart center, or this time maybe you hook the right thumb on top of the left, reaching your arms up and overhead. Really root into that right big toe, engaging the right glute if you find that balance is a little bit tricky. And take another inhale and exhale. And gently bringing the hands back to heart center. Try not to let that left knee drop. Hug it into your chest. Take your big step back, coming into high lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Setting up for half moon on the second side. Really working into your right quad. Using those obliques. Reaching forward. With control, lifting up with that left foot. Maybe the right fingertips touch down. Maybe they hover. Either way, you're really opening up through that left hip, flexing the left foot. And if you fall, just take a moment and come right back into it. And if you're using that block or another prop, you can always press that right hand down on that block. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. As gracefully as we came in to come out, deep bend in that right knee, rising back up into your warrior two. And take an inhale, exhale, hands cartwheel down inside the right foot, coming onto the ball of the left foot, and then step the left foot outside your left hand, coming back into Malasana Yogi Squat. I should have said this the first time. If there's any joint pain using your block, coming to sit on it, or just come right out. You can take a higher up squat if that feels better, sending those hips back, sending those knees out over the pinky toes. And so let's try crow one more time. You're pretty warmed up for it, yeah? So palms plant. From Malasana, palms plant, hips lift, toes directly behind your wrists. Again, deep bend in those elbows so you have a nice strong foundation here for the knees. Coming forward, maybe you just play with lifting one foot and then the other. Just feeling the transition of your weight from your toes to your hands. Maybe you lift both feet up, hugging your heels into your seat. And once you're kind of done working into your crow, you can try the tripod headstand variation. I'll show that in a second. You can also come to forward fold, moving through your vinyasa. So if you'd like to try, if you've done this a few times, it's in your practice, right from crow. Also just be mindful of whatever space you're practicing on. Knees hug in, stack the knees over the hips. And then if you'd like to move from here to chaturanga, you're sending the hips forward, legs are parallel. Right, coming up and back, downward facing dog, yeah? So maybe you just take that route if it's in your practice. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. And let's take 3 full rounds of open mouth exhales from down dog. Inhale and exhale, really let it go. Inhale, open mouth, exhale. Last full round. Inhaling and exhaling. Gently releasing into your wide-legged child's pose. Knees are as wide as your mat here. And just calling into your mind the intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Thanking yourself for showing up, for taking this time for you. And then gently walk both hands to the upper right corner of the mat, sending your hips to the left. So you're getting a nice deep stretch through the left side body, trying to keep the shoulders squared down. And then gently walking the hands to the upper left corner of the mat, hips to the right. Now really opening up through the right side. And take another full inhale and exhale. Bringing your hands and your hips back through center. Walk your hands back to meet your knees. Drawing the knees together, and shift the weight over to the right side. We'll bring our legs out in front. And right away, let's come into boat pose. So a few options here, actually. You can keep your toes down, chest forward. You can open your arms with the toes down right here, right? Or maybe you lift your legs. Toes are pointed. Holding here, chest forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross your right ankle over your left, sitting up nice and tall. You can stay right here or bring your hands under your shoulders. Slight dome of the upper back, press into the palms. See if you can lift your seat and maybe your feet. And gently release back down. Second variation, taking the first one, or maybe you take straight legs. Maybe your peace fingers catch your big toes, chest is still lifting. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently hugging your knees in, left ankle over the right, sitting up nice and tall. You're welcome to try that lift again, pressing your hands under the shoulders, lifting your seat, maybe your feet. One more inhale, exhale, let that go. Really nice. And from here, straighten your legs on the mat. If you have a strap or maybe a belt, you're welcome to use it here. We'll take 2 rounds of forward fold. So hands are directly under the shoulders, chest is lifted. Flexing your feet. Maybe you're flexing your feet so much your heels are lifting off the mat. And then walking the hands forward. So if you have the strap, you're bringing the strap around the balls of your feet. Really trying to keep your long, straight spine for this variation. Really working into the hamstrings. Chest is leading. And take another full inhale and exhale. Releasing the strap if you're using it, relaxing the legs, arms are by your side, palms face up. And this time you're inviting a nice big C curve in the spine. Chin is tucking into the chest, doming the back. And imagining that the top of your head is touching your thighs, right? So you'll probably feel that this shifts the sensation from the hamstrings or to the lower back, piriformis muscle, up and down the spine as well. And taking another full inhale and exhale. Keeping the chin tucked into the chest, slowly rolling up. And we'll come into reverse table, bringing the soles of the feet onto the mat. Hands come about 5 or 6 inches behind your seat. Really lift your hip flexors to the ceiling, engaging the glutes. Head and neck can release back. We'll take a couple more rounds of breath. One more inhale and exhale. Tucking the chin to the chest first, gently lowering down. We'll take one more full round. You can either take reverse table or reverse plank. If you're taking reverse plank, legs are long, hands are still about 6 inches behind your seat. And as you're ready, on your inhale, lifting up. So you're really engaging your glutes to lift the hip flexors. Head and neck are relaxed back. And take another full inhale and exhale. Chin tucks into the chest, gently lowering down. Pausing here for a moment, bringing your feet as wide as your mat, knees touch. You can stay there, you can windshield wiper your legs side to side. And then just coming back through center, setting up for butterfly Baddha Konasana. So you're bringing the soles of the feet to touch, sitting up nice and tall, letting the knees splay out. And so see if you can open up your feet like you're reading a book here. It really works to open up the hips. Maybe you fold forward, and if you're folding forward, doing so with a straight spine. And keep sending those hips back. And let's take another inhale and exhale. Gently coming back up, using the hands to draw the knees together. Soles of the feet are on the mat. Soles of the feet are about hips width distance. Arms frame the legs. You're going to tuck the lower back under. We're going to take an inhale and an 8 count exhale to lower. All right, inhale. Exhale, lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really nice, really strong. Hug your knees into your chest, taking a sacrum circle in each direction, releasing the lower back again. And then drawing your knees into your chest, happy baby pose. Peace fingers, the first 2 fingers can either catch your big toes or the outer edges of your feet. You're welcome to sway side to side if that feels good. And gently drawing the knees back towards each other. Taking reclined figure 4, so your right leg is at 90 degrees. Crossing your left ankle over your right thigh. Hands interlaced behind your right hamstring. You're flexing both feet. And if you'd like to work a little bit deeper, you're drawing your right knee towards the body, the left knee away from the body. Really feeling the sensation through the outer hips. Taking a full inhale and exhale. Gently switching sides, so you're crossing your right ankle over your left thigh. The left leg is at 90 degrees. Right, hands interlaced behind your left hamstring. And to work this pose deeper, it's the left knee coming towards the body, right knee moving away from the body. Make sure to keep both feet flexed. Take another full inhale and exhale. Releasing the right ankle from the left thigh, hugging your knees into your chest, setting up for legs up the wall. Arms come by your side, palms face down, lifting your feet towards the ceiling. So your feet are flexed, like imagining that you have a dictionary on the feet. So you're really flexing those feet here, keeping the entire spine rooted down. You're engaging your core quite a bit here. It's a bit more of an active pose than I think it gets credit for. Maybe you close your eyes, resting upside down. If you have shoulder stand or headstand in your practice and you know the counter poses, you're welcome to take those. If you're by a wall here at home, you're also welcome to take legs up the wall, facing the wall. So those are some other nice variations for you tonight. And just continuing to settle into your breath. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. And if you were in headstand or shoulder stand, we'll all meet in fish pose. But if you're in headstand, once you finish child's pose and are ready to meet us there, we'll meet in Matsyasana, the fish pose. So legs are up the wall, arms are still by your side. Engaging your core so much that the entire spine stays rooted down. We're going to take an inhale and an 8 count exhale to lower the legs. All right, inhale, exhale, lower, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, heels are hovering, and 8, gently let that go, really nice. So setting up for fish pose, pointing your toes, hands are under your sits bones, you're really pressing up into the forearms, chest is lifted, head and neck release back. We'll take 3 full rounds of open mouth exhales here, really drawing your chest towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. 2 more just like that. Inhaling and exhaling. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale, letting it go. Gently tucking the chin back into your chest, lowering all the way down, hugging your knees into your chest, and setting up for your supine twist. So you can bring your arms out to a T, maybe you goal post your arms. So hug your knees tightly into your chest, and as you're ready, take a full inhale. Exhale, release the knees to the right, gaze is over the left shoulder. Just settling into your supine twist. And you'll gently lift the left leg and then the right, coming back through center. Take a full inhale and exhale. Second side, inhaling. Exhale, knees to the left, gaze is over your right shoulder. And just noticing if one side feels different than the other. And gently lifting the right knee and then the left. Hugging your knees tightly into your chest. And on your inhale, maybe your shoulders, neck, and head lift off your mat. And then exhale, setting up for your Shavasana. And taking up as much space as possible on your mat. Just letting the body and the mind feel the full benefits of this practice. If you notice any thoughts that may be coming into your mind, I like to think of them like leaves on a waterfall. Right? You see them, they're there, and then you just let them go, floating away. And slowly starting to come back into this space, taking your time, wiggling fingers and toes, maybe rolling wrists and ankles. Maybe you reach your arms overhead, giving yourself a full body stretch. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed as you gently roll over onto the right side, pausing in the seat of full potential. And then as you're ready, we'll all meet in a comfortable seated posture at the top of the mat. Your eyes can stay closed, maybe your gaze is lowered. Once again, returning to where we started, rooting the sits bones into the mat, shoulders shrug up to the ears, release down the back, feeling the spine elongate. And then bringing the palms to touch at heart center. And in this moment of stillness, calling into your mind the quality about yourself that you really value, and completing this sentence and saying it to yourself 3 times. I am. Together, we'll seal tonight's practice with an inhale and an open mouth exhale. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining in practice tonight, and I hope you're able to have a restive and a relaxing rest of your night. All right, take care.